is 6/29/2021. Right now, we're going to be doing some pit and then some league. So let's get right into it. Somebody from the in-game chat had said that the quote, "The pit was easy today. Tomorrow it will be much harder." So let's see if that is the case. All right. Right now we have our warlord and our pet set up. Right. I think we're actually going to go without our guild bonuses right now. They have expired, and we're going to save the guild coins for the world event happening this Friday. We're going to need these guild coins in order to get through a quest in chapter 2, so we'll hold off for there. So we do have one that's active, but for now, we don't need to do any others, so let's try go through there. All right, let's up. Let's go to the Dungeon of Trials to get to the pit, and let's see what we're facing. So this boss right here has a couple of skills. Whenever Pierce triggers, it will give plus health to their units. Every third turn, it will free that are wounded, enemies being us, not them. And on the fifth turn, it will summon 3 bunnies for 1 turn. We'll have to check out and see what these bunnies do. Just taking a look at the in-game chats. Okay, so some updates happening for Pit and Black Market. We'll have to see those once they occur. All right, so let's go. Okay, first things first, let's summon our pentagrams so we can get some damage cover. Looks pretty good right now. We have the pentagrams on the same lanes as our buildings, so we can actually stack some units behind there. This lane down here is unprotected, so we'll have to then get some coverage next, and then also get some over here. Look at their buildings, seeing that they have health, and then we have our building here with the metal shield. I'm going to start with putting some units over here because we'll have some protection, and then also because this lane is double guarded with the pentagrams, and then we'll go from here and then take it. So let's see what we got. So first thing we want to do is look at stats, see what's good. Ooh, I like this one here. This is going to be kind of a big waste in terms of stats, but I think it's fine. We'll summon this unit over here with the high health. It has flight, and then also whenever a unit attacks on our side, it will give them spikes. So that'll allow us some extra protection once we get some units on the board. Units here. So they had a unit that came into play, froze our unit, but it did land on a pentagram, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to continue with summoning units on the same lanes over here, so we can get some protection. And yeah, we'll place it on the damage pentagram over here so that we'll get some boosts over next turn. Right, we do have our building here that is healing our units. And as you can see, one of those units that did come into play, it does have Pierce, so that is when the plus health would occur. Right, some more Pierce. And just Metal Shield. So we'll need to break the Metal Shield, which will do so with the attack, and then the Pentagram will end up destroying this over here. Also on the skill timer, so next turn, our wounded units will be frozen, so that is why we'll have to potentially put something in here. As of right now, I think we're okay in terms of placement. We're just going to keep the first row over here open so that we can do our summons. And let's see what will make more sense. Yeah, I guess one's fine. We can still open this up, have this protected over here. So we'll break the shield, and then we'll actually do the attack to get through here. So as you can see, the timer went off, and this is frozen for a turn. Okay. Here with the attack, it's kind of like a fake Pierce. And then also here we have a plus attack over there when a unit dies. All right, we'll use our summons now to actually cover these lanes. And then, as I mentioned before, we are going to put more units down here because of the lack of pentagrams. So we will Yeah, we'll just summon our range unit over here and go for some damage. Getting some health back off of our melee kill over here. So in pretty good shape, especially since this unit is still alive. It is giving our unit spikes, so we'll have a little bit of more protection over here. Alright, so this unit over here attacks, poisons for a little bit, and then also throws to random range, so that's fine. We won't stack anything else right now. I think it's okay right now. We should probably still pick this off. We'll use our range unit over here just to keep our tempo going. And normally we would be doing shuffling now, especially since we have this common with the building here. But we're just just trying to get as much damage in first before we start to get our board filled. So the skill went off. We have the bunnies coming into play. They have Pierce, and then at the beginning of the turn, they do destroy themselves. So I guess that's when the plus health would occur. And then next turn with the skill timer over here, it will freeze our units. All right, so we have to keep that in mind as we do our next turn. So this will be frozen, 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 frozen. Combat over here. Pentagram over here, and then this will be destroyed. We will need to place a unit over here just to get rid of this. So we will use our shuffle. We want to hold off on using this particular unit because it's a little too strong for what we need right now. So we will shuffle and place the... Yeah, we'll use the common over here. It doesn't really have anything affecting us right now. It gives us a little bit of heal, but should be fine. We'll be placing it over here so that we'll have some options for next turn. So as we mentioned before, frozen, destruction, combat damage, and then the pentagram took care of this unit over here. Right. Spikes over here, taking care of this particular unit. We're going to use this skill next turn because we do have a couple of male units on the field. As of right now, they are frozen, so we'll have to hold off. We'll be summoning our common over here and just getting some more damage along the lines down here. Why is it still so slow, even with the speed? It's so weird. Normally, this is not the case. Might be a loading issue on my end. I do a restart too, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so now we have pretty open field. We'll do our at least boost to get some extra damage out there. Then we'll also summon our common just to get rid of it out of our inventory. Okay, so pretty good right now. We have some health over here for our units, and the spikes are still on this, so that'll actually protect this. And we'll have some coverage over here, here, and here. So I think we're going to be all set. We probably need, just because we don't have the attack boost for our units, probably going to need at least 2 more turns. But that's fine. Right now we have pretty good board coverage, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, let's see. Well, place our ranged unit over here just to get some more damage. Place it over here just to get some more damage over here. So combat will destroy this, and then we'll have some more damage going on over here. 39. Okay, the skill timer went off. These are still wounded, so because of that, they're frozen. Even if they block here, we'll still have pretty close to lethal. If we get another ranged unit, we should be fine. All right, we'll shuffle for our ranged unit. See if we can get one. None. We'll summon our common. We can get a little bit more damage over here. So 43 unit with the double attack. 26, 45. We're off by 1 damage. But that is okay. We got these skills. Okay, all the bunnies came up, and then they all landed on the pentagrams, and those pentagrams destroyed the bunnies. So that is why we were using the pirate, at least for now. You can see we're having a lot of coverage with the damage. These spikes going on over there. And we have lethal now. We're just gonna shuffle once more, see if we can get rid of some trash units. And we do. We'll get rid of this common over here so that we won't have to draw it. And then damage over there for lethal. So pretty nice. Pretty straightforward there with the using the pirate for the pentagram damage, and then we had our unit in the first turn, which actually gave our spikes. Spikes allowed us to keep our units alive while also dealing damage on their turn. Okay, let me just do a quick restart here, just because it seems the game's lagging a little bit. So hold on for just a moment. For those who are tuning in, I just finished the first pit boss that got reset. It was the Mislapping. And so next we'll do the next pit boss. We used pirate in order to get damage pentagrams in play, and then we just did a little bit of coverage on the first lane that had the most pentagrams, followed by the next lane which had the building, and then we covered the other row on the bottom, the one that had that didn't have any pentagrams. So get right into this. Still a little loading. Change the sound settings over here. All right. Oops. Go, go, go. All right. And if the restart here doesn't change the speed, then I will be sad. And other people will also be sad. Maybe the restart will actually clean up some of the update things that people were talking about in the in-game chat too. It was running fine yesterday. I don't know why it's happening now. I guess I started my computer up maybe 10 minutes ago, so maybe that would have been the case too. All right, we're almost there. Oh, oh, are we? All right, cool. Still kind of chugging along, but seems a little nicer here. All right, let us check out the next pit boss. All right, so we have this Ippy Sailor. Is that how you pronounce it? All right, we got a little bit of increase in rewards now, so it'll be epic chests. All right, so let's check out what the pit boss does here. All right, whenever ally block triggered, so it means if block triggers on their side of the field, it will deal damage to a random enemy being us. Every third turn, it will summon these 2 rockers with block. I'm not sure what a rocker is, but we'll check it out once we get into battle. And then on the 6th turn, it will give plus health and plus attack to allies being them. So I think for now, we're still going to use our pirate with the damage pentagrams, just to balance out against these rockers. And then with block triggered, it's going to deal damage to us, so we'll have to keep that in mind, summoning some more units with higher health. And then also getting rid of units that either have block or create block. All right, so let's get right into it. So first things first, we're going to summon our damage pentagrams. and it is very imbalanced in the sense that it is all concentrated on one particular lane over here and then one up here. So let's see what we're going to do. All right. So since we actually have an entire lane covered over here, we're going to shift our units down to here and here. The reason why is because they aren't covered so much by the pentagrams. Also, we want to get rid of this building too, because if we don't, they'll potentially be able to summon a unit behind the building, and then they'll have some protection. Let's take a look at the buildings that are out there. So we're going to get rid of this, but that's fine. Just taking a look. So plus health, minus attack, and then got the plus attack over here. We'll start with the, as I mentioned, we do want to summon units with high health, especially since the block is going to occur. So we'll actually summon this unit, the Smelly unit, to not only destroy this building, speed settings, also we'll have some high health, so we'll actually protect our building over here. All right, let's take a look at this unit. Order ally attacks. Whenever there, we'll give blocks to units around themselves. Got that over there. Right, we can actually hold off on attacking this particular unit because we'll let the pentagrams take care of themselves. Let's see here. We will continue with using. This isn't too bad. We'll summon this unit over here with the melee. This has a particular skill, so whenever a unit summons that is not chaos and not a building, it will be frozen. We do have a chaos unit in here, so we'll actually be able to keep on the tempo a little bit. And actually froze some of their units coming into play. Next turn, we'll have the rockers coming into play, but we'll also prevent our own units from coming out here. It's not too bad. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll summon them here just so that we can get some protection in the lanes. And then also we'll have, let's see here. So summon our chaos unit over here to do some damage. This unit itself does not have block, so it won't trigger that damage. And then the pentagram will destroy this over here. Okay, so those rockers did come into play. The rockers themselves have 15 attack and then a little bit of block. So that block will then trigger this skill over here to deal damage to a random unit. We have some block over here. Okay, this unit came into play, dealt some damage with to each unit for block. So I guess it combos off with the summons first and then this summon over here. So let's see. So we'll have some damage over here, factoring the block for the amount of health needed well, amount of damage we need to do to destroy this unit. So it's plus 5 for each attack, so that's 10, that's 85. So it will be destroyed in this attack over here. This will also be destroyed, and then a little bit of damage will be coming to our units. I think we're fine right now, even with the amount of tempo slowing down. We're going to summon our common unit over. We'll summon it over here. All right, so I can see the damage coming through and the block being triggered, but at the same time, we have gotten rid of all their units. And we're in pretty good shape right now, especially with this one unit that is freezing their units. It seems a lot of them are going to be non-chaos, so that is why we don't have to worry about them. We have block trigger and no death triggers. This will be destroyed in combat. We'll use our common over here just to get rid of it out of our inventory, and we'll actually place it over here because we already have damage coverage with the pentagrams. So we got some more attacks, and then at the end of the turn, we got our attack boost from the building over here. So it's looking pretty good right now. Just have to keep on the damage going on. Next turn, both the rockers will come into play, and then after, because of how these skills work in their particular order, so the rockers will come into play, and then their units will get plus health and plus attack. So keep that in mind. Have to give this unit ally block trigger, give plus attack. Okay, ooh, so a little bit of combos over here. A little mental shield. We'll summon our ranged unit over here. It's a little high in terms of the attack, but at least it'll. Oh, let's see, combat there. Yeah, we can just get rid of this. It's fine. So we have our flight unit that can attack their flight unit, and then we have our ranged unit over here to attack and destroy that. All right, so as you can see, the rockers came out, the plus health, plus attack, and then after the pentagrams at the beginning of the turn, dealt damage to destroy those. we got that over there. Let's take a look at here for block. So which one's one? So there's one over there. All right, we'll use our attack boost over here. We have our male units, so a lot of them over here, in particular these over here. And we'll also summon our ranged unit down here just to get rid of the commons out of our spot. And there you go. We got some easy help with the terror from below, which pretty much froze all of their units and then allowed us to control the game speed in terms of the units coming on play. And then we had our range units over here just dealing damage. I should have factored in for lethal because then we could have used the shuffles to get rid of some extra units, but that's fine. As you saw, we were summoning units every turn and we got rid of the commons, so that is pretty straightforward. Okay, so looks like we'll have another pit boss in a day or so. We'll take a look at the next pit boss and then come up with some sort of strategy for that. All right, so we have, whenever it is attacked, we'll get spikes. All right, and then on the third turn, we'll give spikes to their allies, or allies being their units, not ours. And on the sixth turn, it will deal damage to our warlord for each ally with spikes. Okay, so it looks like every time we attack them, they'll get spikes. Every third turn, they'll get spikes, so that means that we'll need to get rid of their units before they get the spikes. And then on the sixth turn, we'll have to make sure we get rid of their units before these spikes. I guess they do the count for how many units are on the field. So the plan is to get rid of their units and then also start summoning units with higher health so that they can take these spikes damage. We will probably end up using Pirate just because it's been working so far, and also the pentagrams will then destroy the units if they do land on them. Otherwise, we'll switch over to a different warlord. So let's close out here. All right. As I said, the other thing that we're going to be doing is League. Just claiming some stuff here. So we'll switch back to our squad and then change our warlord. This is the current deck that we're using right now. We won't get right into it too much, but we'll at least break down the the strategies for the turns. And we're currently using this warlord right now. It has summon that will help us deal damage to all the units. It will then combo with this skill over here to kill all wounded units. And then after, we'll have a ranged units that will die in the next turn, but then have a lot of damage over here. And we'll equip our pet. And then we will get right into the battles themselves. Got some chests over here to claim, so let's close those. Get some water over here. That was not cool at all. So we got a little bit of rewards coming. We don't have the double souls anymore because that expired after 3 days. We'll probably purchase it during the event because they were actually pretty good. The double souls purchase, the premium purchase, it allows you to get double souls for all of your league chests. So that also includes legendaries as well, and that's actually a huge bonus even for the small price. All right, so let's get right into it. I think our goal right now is just to we're gonna skip some of the harder battles just because they're not really worth the time. Also, right now, in order to progress in League, we're currently in League 1, and so in order to actually progress, we need top 50. Or if we're going to drop, we have to get to lower than 300. So right now we're in 168, so we're kind of in this huge no man's land. But for the time being, yeah, we'll just do a couple battles. All right, so let us see what we're going to start off with here. I could potentially go for 2-turn kill. That's kind of nice. All right, so we'll start with our summon over here, and then we'll summon this unit over here. We're going to spread out for damage. Now we'll just go for extra damage. So we'll summon on the attack pentagram over here, or the attack tile over here. We did our summon to get some damage. We have this unit that deals damage at the end of the turn based upon the health of the unit. We're hoping that it would land at least for this unit so that we can get the extra damage. Yeah, we'll try it again. All right, we'll summon our unit with the double attack to get through the bush over here. We'll summon on the health room, give it some bonuses. And there we go. So that was pretty nice. Moving on. Okay, should take a look at the Warlord. I didn't take a look at the other Warlord just because of the health that they had. They only had about 240, which is roughly 2 of our units, so didn't have to worry about that. All right, so they have block tiles on their cells. They have the Rocker Boys with the splash. Those are ranged units that have a large amount of splash, and then they have a set enemy health to 1 except melee units. So that just means that pretty much all our ranged in buildings will turn to 1. Taking a look at their buildings. So they have Pierce, Block, and then for us we have Heal, and then they have this unit over here that deals damage for 65 based upon the number of units over here. Seeing if they landed on a block tile. They actually didn't use the blocks, which is kind of surprising. All right, so we will start with our melee unit over here to get some health back. We're summoning over here, not on the attack tile, so that we can use the boost for later. And then we got some health back with our melee kill over here. They use their block tiles. Let's see what goes on next. Right. Still block over here, so 54. We have to factor that in for the damage. So assuming we need to attack it twice, so plus 108. 108, that's 178. 1 of 3. So we're off by about. Let's see if we can actually do poison. So 1 of 3, 58. So that puts it at 42, 42. And then poison over here will actually get rid of these units. Actually, you know what? Here, we'll do something better. We'll summon this unit here with the, what do you call? Summon this unit. This silences the male units, so we'll actually get rid of the freeze over here, but it also gets rid of the block and allowing us to attack and then deal some more damage over here. We also have protection because this unit will freeze the range units for a turn, so if it does get attacked by a range unit, it'll be fine. It's not the case, so instead we will summon. We got a little bit of protection. Let's see here. So double block, so 27 and 54, 54, 198. All right, I guess this is why we have the attack tile over here. We'll summon it over here, get some extra damage. Getting rid of that. They do have some extra damage tiles over here, which is an issue. As you can see here, they did summon their Rocker Boys. Now we need to get rid of these. Hopefully some shenanigans doesn't occur here. And of course they do. 1, 2. Of course. So yeah, this is the thing that I was concerned about. So they did do their Rocker Boys. They did do their summons. Let's summon this down here. And this is actually not too bad. All right, so they did get an attack boost and a health boost based with the Legion. So did our summon. We're going to we'll summon our lair over here. We'll set their health to 5. The summon over here will deal damage at the end, so we'll at least get rid of these. And we'll place it over. Let's see, blocker at at this point, we need to block for damage, so we'll be placing this down here. Okay, see, at the end of the turn, the unit over here was destroyed, and then we got some health back of our melee units. Sorry, our Leedy Pet with our melee unit killing over here. Oof. All right, there is no way we're coming back out of this one. Did not want that to happen. If we kept our immune unit alive, then it would have froze the range units, and then we wouldn't have to deal with that Legion stuff. So that is fine. Lesson learned. We're gonna skip this one over here. Trying to get some quick battles in instead of these. For example, we already know those units. The units of the Warlord with the higher health are going to be typically stronger, and they're also going to stall a little bit more, especially when they're using Ogre. So we're going to hold off on there. This one might be pretty good. All right, let us start with. Okay, we'll start with our summon, and then we will continue with. See here, we got some damage and damage over there. Yeah, we can do this. We'll start with our. Yeah, that. We'll actually start with a building. So we summoned our building because we want to get rid of their other buildings, so that will allow us to get some extra damage going on. Also, we'll be getting some damage at the end of the turn as well. so in case we do need some coverage, place that over there. Right, they summon their units with the extra attack, the plus health, and let's see, extra damage. Going to summon our Yoster back here. So we'll have some protection with the building. It'll silence this unit because it is a male unit over here. And then at the end of the turn, we'll do some damage. We can then start setting up for a board wipe with our destruction and then the damage over here, which we do end up doing. So we will summon our, let's see, we're not going to summon. The reason why we're not going to summon is because it's going to start triggering this skill over here to deal damage to units. So we'll actually use our destruction skill now. And because we didn't summon anything, we'll take no damage. Our building is still wounded, but that is fine. We'll continue with our ranged unit, our melee unit down here to give it some protection. And then this will actually start comboing off with next turn, where we'll give some more health to our units if this is still alive. Oof, okay, not a problem. So we got some damage over here, wounded, seeing if there's anything else. Gonna do some math here. So let's see. We have our unit here that can deal poison damage. So 139.65. That's at 204, 204, and 264. So that should be enough to destroy that. Do our double unit attack over here with the higher health. Yeah, we'll do it with the higher. Are we gonna be doing extra damage? Yeah, this is fine. We'll summon our unit with the double attack over here. Right, so we double attack, and then the damage at the end of the turn by the building here. Okay, they did their own summon, so they'll be dealing damage to our units as well. Oof, okay, alright, so they have their unit that will reflect damage, so that actually hurt us because we have our double attack. And all of these units are going to be wounded except for this one because it is immune, so we'll actually hold off on there. We'll do our best to destroy some other units while we can. So let's get rid of this one first. We'll do some poison damage over there. And then would be, let's see here. Oh. Wow, we are off by 1 damage to destroy this. Can't believe it. All right. They did use their kill all wounded, so that is good. Still need to deal with this unit because it is giving block to their warlord at the end of the turn. Now we have to deal with this over here. Block of 132, still some reflection. Oh yeah, we can get rid of this. I'm just gotta make sure. Just gotta do some coverage. So we're gonna be summoning our ranged unit over here. It will set the health of this unit to 5. And then the poison at the end of the turn will get rid of both of these units over here. Hopefully they don't have something that can summon or deal 180 damage. We could potentially, yeah, we want to get rid of the threats now, so we'll do that. Attack, 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 set to 5, poison, and then destroy it over here. And this lane is pretty much open, so if they have the double attack, we are pretty much toast. Okay, good. All right. So we have our damage over here. We also, as I mentioned before, they have their block with the warlord. We are going to let's see here. We'll do that won't be enough. Yeah, we'll take a chance. We'll do our summons and see if we can get them onto some non-damage tiles over here. All right, we got to do some math here to factor in. So 54 times 3 attacks, or potentially 4 attacks. So actually, we'll just round this to 200. It's actually 216 over there. Damage. We'll do that over there. Yeah, we'll take the chance. Let's go. So damage, 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 and damage. And then the effect damage at the end of the turn dealt the lethal over there. All right. That was a pretty close one, especially with the amount of extra damage we were taking. What were we taking damage? Oh, we were taking damage off of the Dragara and then the reflect damage. That's what happened. All right. Yeah, I guess we can do this ogre battle. It's gonna be kind of gross though. All right. We started off with a Mina with the damage over here. We are going to summon our. It makes sense. Yeah, we'll summon our double attack over here. We'll take some damage off of the both attacks, but then we'll get some health back by destroying both of these units with the melee. All right, they did their health boost. Have to deal next with their silence, and then their stones. I suspect that they're going to have some more stall units just because of the opening with Mina. All right. That was actually kind of unexpected. Plus, wow, 42 damage. How many times has this thing reborn? Okay. Get some damage over there, damage there. 85, just doing some math over here, so 42. All right, given that they're going to be doing extra damage, and along with especially their over here, we're going to be placing our building just to block for some damage. That's fine with the vampirism and whatnot. We need to have some sort of coverage on the board. Okay. We'll summon our extra summon over here, trying to get some extra damage out here. We'll also place our immune unit over here to block for some damage. Next turn, we'll probably use our destruction skill to get rid of their units. Not looking good right now. Let's see. We'll use our destruction skill, and then we will use our summon over here. Okay, they still have their silence, which is unfortunate. And then we'll go from there. But it looks like we're probably going to lose this one just because of the amount of summons that they're getting on the board. So we have some damage over there, damage over there. Summons over here. We're setting the health of that unit to 5, and then the damage from the building got rid of this over here. Oh, all right. That one was a rough one. That's okay. That flat was actually pretty big. Surprising. Maybe we'll just skip ogre battles altogether. That'll probably be easier because I know for sure that the ogre battles will typically take like 6 or 7 turns, so we'll hold off on those. If their health is really low, then perhaps we'll go for them, but for the time being, we'll just get through this as quickly as possible. Yeah. Okay, interesting. All right, so they have their warlord. It's pretty much same skills as ours. So they have the summon that deals damage at the end of the turn. They have the kill all wounded, and then the summons with the damage. They also don't have a pet, so no additional bonuses. So I don't have to worry about so much of those. I want to see if we can actually start with some combos. That'd be kind of nice. No point in getting tricky. We'll start with our summon over here. So it has vampirism, so we'll actually get rid of this building with combat and the vampirism, and then we're going to use we'll summon our Yoster back here, give us a little bit of health, and then also start setting up for the destruction skill at the end with the damage to allies, assuming that any one of these units still stays alive. So has negative attack for the turn, plus health. We're going to summon our transform unit over here. So we have an additional summon and then transform over there. Then the damage at the end of the turn. I got rid of the zombie that it transformed into. All right. Since we still had units alive at the beginning of the turn, the Yoster dealt some damage. So now these units are wounded, and then we'll use our destruction skill, and then we'll summon our range unit over here just for more damage. Okay, it's looking pretty good right now. We're going to summon this range unit over here to spread out the damage. So in case this unit gets blocked, we'll have some additional damage over there. This unit is immune, so because of that, our poison over here won't affect it, and then we won't get the extra damage needed. but we should have lethal provided we destroyed, potentially destroyed, and potentially blocked. Should have lethal in 2 turns just because of the poison damage that we're going to deal. Okay, yeah, we're good here. We'll summon our double attack unit. And we're all set. Okay, claiming the wind chest, and then so that we can get some more rewards. Got some more totems, but as you can see, we're actually already upgraded, so we can actually concentrate on the next rarity, which will be either epic or legendary. Probably the legendary one, just because that one is more useful than the epic one. Okay, got 5 more. Try to get through these quickly. Like I said, yeah, lower health, so that is fine. We will start with our range unit over here to deal some damage. Let me actually summon our summon anyway, see if we can get some extra damage off of the Aphrodite skill. So that's fine. We got rid of this building, got some damage over here, and then we also have you can't really see it behind here, this part right here. That is the extra pentagram coming from this unit. That'll allow us to get some more health boosts on our units and then deal some more damage over there. Got that. We'll summon our double attack unit over here to try and get some more damage. As you can see, they are slowly healing up because of their warlord. And then we're also getting some more health pentagrams over here. Okay, so not quite enough for... we might have it. We'll take the chance. So we use our destruction skill to get rid of their units. And then just got to do some math. There is a 50% chance that this goes through because this health of this unit is at 1. But we'll do it anyway. So we'll summon our building over... Summon our building over here just to block, just in case this fails. Okay, we dealt no damage. The reason why we dealt no damage is because this unit was selected for the Aphrodite. If it selected this one, there would be an additional 400 damage going over here, which would have probably been enough to destroy. But that is okay. We'll just deal with their units one at a time. Over here, we'll summon our Lair to set their health of these rangers. You can see here the red numbers are affected. So we'll summon that over here. We'll get some damage. And at the end of the turn, the building will then destroy these units over here. So now it's just a matter of us getting through and destroying their units. So that'll destroy that. We'll need to get rid of this unit with the puppets. So we will, let's see here. We'll summon our melee over here. So some damage, destroyed, and then the building over here. Next turn, the building will then destroy this, assuming that doesn't get any kind of boost. And then we will continue on. Damage. Okay, we'll summon Yoster again. We'll silence their melee units, so we'll actually include both of these units over here. And we're summoning over here so that we can get some extra damage for our melee unit on this line. Don't really need to take care of this unit now anyways because it's silenced, and so no other skills. And then not too worried about the damage right now. We can take some additional damage. All right, so the Yoster did also take care of it with the damage at the beginning. It's over here. See what makes sense. Yeah, we'll summon we'll summon this over here. So we'll get the extra summons off of our Deadlord, and then we'll transform the Tinker over here to get rid of those, and then our buildings will then take care of pretty much everything else. Next turn, we'll do our summons to get some extra damage, and then also... Oh, okay. Or they can just surrender. Surrendering is fine too. Going on. Large ogre battle, so we'll skip that. This one's probably a little smaller than that. Yeah, this one's a little smaller, so this is fine. We're going to hold off on our summons just because their board is not as vulnerable. So we'll start with our building to just get rid of those. We're going to hold off on using our summon until we draw out the stones with the, as you can see here, the silence and the stones. You can look at their pet, so attack boost over there. So yeah, right now we don't need to take care of any of their units because we just have the one unit right now. Let's see what makes sense. Put that over there. Yeah, we'll summon our double attack unit over here. And we're summoning it over here so that we can have it protected by another melee unit if we have to. And then also, we can also keep their attack steal alive. So that if we destroy other units, we'll be able to do some attack steal. There. We'll summon our poison unit down here. So we'll attack, do some damage, poison will mark, and then the building will then destroy that over there. Wrote the sound, so that's good. Next we need to draw the stones, and then we'll do our summons. Alright, so we have that unit. Oops, we have that unit over here with the death trigger. So because of that, we're going to summon our transform unit. That's why in the previous turn we actually did not summon this unit on their when they had their fury attack, so that we could get rid of units like this. So now it's pretty good shape right now. Got some damage over here. We'll summon our melee unit down here. This unit does give miss, so that is why when we summon this unit, we want to just go for the straight attack over here, just in case this unit got miss, which it ended up doing. It did end up getting miss anyways. All right, summon stones. Damage over there. We got a couple of options. Our building right now will actually destroy this because it deals 64, so that's kind of nice. We'll do our extra summon. It did block our melee unit. That's fine. We're setting up some lethal, which yeah, we'll set up for some lethal instead. We could potentially summon the Aphrodite to deal the range damage over here, but then because of the stones giving the health back, it will actually put them out of range for lethal damage. So we summon our Eoster. We do have Eoster still alive. The damage at the beginning of the turn, wipe them out over here. We'll do our summons. Landed on a damage pentagram over here, caused by this Yuri. We'll summon our double attack over here, and it should be good for lethal, if not extremely close. And yep, okay, we're good now. Keep on going. We're going to skip this one here. Okay, 3 more left. Should be pretty quick. Just getting through these last ones. Lot of ogre in League 1. Okay, we can take a look at their pet. See that their pet will attack boost over here and then plus health over there. We'll start with our melee unit down here to freeze their immune unit. Freeze their range unit whenever it gets attacked. So we'll slow them down a little bit. Next turn, we're probably going to do our summon, and then that'll also allow us to get rid of this unit later. Got that. Yeah, so we'll do our summon, and it ended up landing over there. We have an additional blocker over here, so that should be kind of nice. We'll change it up. We'll summon our Yoster to silence their melee units. So we'll actually stop the puppets from doing their cleanse skill, meaning they'll get rid of the negative effects. So this unit is still frozen. And as long as one of these units is still alive, we'll have a trigger for the destruction skill. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. We took a little bit of damage because the Tinker over here summoned the building. The building then dealt us damage because there was another unit over here. All right, so now we have the board back. We're going to continue with summoning this building to cover the bottom lane. And now our goal is to make sure we block the lanes because we're running low on health. Once we have a melee unit, we'll go for some damage. So 48, 53, some net damage. Okay, seeing what makes more sense. So we can attack for 100, but then when we get, yeah, so we'll lose stuff in the meantime. We'll summon this. Yeah, we'll summon our poison unit over here. So deal some damage. And see, they're still gaining health over here, so we need to take care of that. We summon this unit because it has the most health out of the units that could actually destroy this over here. So now we will summon our melee unit so we can get some extra damage. And then also get some health back off of our melee kill. We have all the lanes guarded, so that's good. And now our goal is to get rid of these stones and then start dealing the extra damage for lethal. Okay, let's do some math. All right, we're going to summon our layer over here. We'll set the health to 5. Damage over here, some health back given to their warlord, and then the building will then destroy this unit over here. All right, let's figure this out. So they have their summon with the shards. Those shards will give the mental shield to the Shamuna over here. We'll be destroying the shard, damage to get rid of the shield, counterattack, and then the damage over here. So we will actually, let's see here. All right, we'll actually do our summons. These summons will get mental shield because of the Blair over here. And then we will summon our, let's see here. We'll summon our melee unit over here. The reason why is because we're using our summon to get rid of this stone, and then we'll get the extra damage off of our ranged unit over here. Okay, so as you can see, pretty good coverage right now. We have every tile blocked with a unit. So we just need to get some extra damage, and we should be all set. Which they just surrendered. Nice. All right, got some more wind chests, 2 more going on here. We'll skip this one for now. I have beat this person before, especially with our health boosts that we've gotten from the leveling up of the warlords. But again, ogre, we're gonna hold off on those high health ogre battles. Okay, pretty much a mirror match right now. Taking a look at their buildings. So they have the mental shield, the block for us, and then the health over here. We'll start with, see what makes sense. And I don't know what their squad looks like. So what we can do is actually click on their name, and then we'll see what we're actually facing against in this particular battle. So we have, let's see, a lot of mental shield, some reflection damage, some silence, and some other stuff over there. So we'll actually do our building over here and just get rid of their buildings right now. Getting the mental shield over here. We'll place an attacker in response to their units rather than us setting up. That's cool. We'll start with our melee units, and then we'll do our Blair to set their health to 5. Then let our buildings and our other unit do the work for us. Okay, so they summon their Shamuna. We're going to take care of that now with our transform unit over here. And then because we have our Blair from the previous turn, we have our units coming in with the mental shield. Okay, they summon their own arch vampire, so I believe all of these mental shields will be destroyed. Got rid of our wounded unit, and then probably, since they use their destruction skill, they're going to get rid of this unit here. Very interesting. Okay, they actually don't, which is also very surprising. We're going to summon our Yoster to 1, silence this unit, and then 2, have some protection for our Blair, which is giving the mental shield. That'll also help us set up for the destruction skill next turn. All right, so now all their units are wounded. Let us, we'll do our destruction skill. We'll follow it up with our Aphrodite over here to get some extra damage. We're placing it behind this melee unit for some protection over here for this unit. So it has the melee protection and then the divine shield over here. Got some reflection damage, but that shouldn't matter so much. I think we have lethal right off the bat. Even with the extra block to their warlord, we're going to be summoning our ranged unit over here. All right, sounds good. Even with the extra protection to the warlord, we had our poison damage, and then we also had our Aphrodite, which would have dealt the extra damage needed to be lethal. Let's get this one over here. It is kind of close, but again, we can find some easier battle. So we got one more. Yeah, this one's fine. All right. So we'll actually do at least one over the battle. We'll start with our melee unit down here. Has high health. Also guarding the line over here. And then I feel more comfortable summoning a ranged unit behind this rather than this building, which could easily be destroyed. All right. So they have their unit here with the block and the evasion. So in this case, we'll actually be able to destroy this. We'll summon our transform unit to get some damage on the building, and then also get rid of this unit over here. On top of that, because there was a vampirism tile over here, the transform would come in first, and then the vampirism would come in second, which would then destroy the zombie over here. Right, so now, doing this, another form of, okay, has a death trigger, which will deal damage to our units. We will, that's not terrible. We'll do our summon over here just to block for some damage, and then we'll also summon our Aphrodite over here to get some damage, place some health tiles, or health runes rather. And if they get silence, that's great, because then we'll force silence, and if they don't, we'll get some more health pentagrams. Interesting spot. Got that, got that, got that. Okay, we'll summon our double attack unit, and we'll place it over. We'll place it over here. We don't want to use the splash rune over here. Get some extra damage going on. We used our double attacker that has the damage behind the target, so we actually got rid of this unit here. And then now we just have to deal with this unit, and then we'll get rid of the stones. Should be all set. All right, so this is actually a good spot where we did save our splash rune over here. So what's going to happen is we're going to summon this unit. It's going to set this health to 5. This unit over here gives miss to another unit that we summon. So in this case, it won't give miss to this, but it'll give miss to something else. And because this health is set to 5, along with the splash, which is going to occur around this particular unit, this unit will die, and then this unit will die too. Okay, their death trigger did come out in play, so this unit was destroyed. But as you can see, both of their units were destroyed with that one summon over there. And so that is what we want to do for that turn. We summon stones, so that is good. Okay. What's the attack of this unit? It's 127. Okay. Okay. So we won't quite set up for a board wipe yet. We actually don't want to summon the Yoster here, over here, or over here, because it could be potentially destroyed, or we could potentially take lethal damage. So we'll actually just summon our building to wound their units. As you can see, they are getting some health back every time we attack one of their stones. So that is also why we don't want to set up the Yoster, because we might be out of range of lethal. All right, let's see here. All right, we'll get rid of their stones at least, and then we'll actually focus damage over here. Then summon our poison units, do combat, building, and then the poison as well. Next turn, we'll use our summons, assuming that they have open spots, and then we'll go for lethal from there. So we'll do our summons. Okay, we have enough damage over here to destroy that. We will summon our Yoster, and hopefully we'll deal some extra damage on one of the higher health units. Or we can just attack for victory there. Alright, so yeah, this is, as you saw, we did beat the Ogre. It just takes a little while because of all the healing, so that is fine. Alright, so we do have all of our chest slots filled, and as I mentioned before, we have to wait another day for the attempts to come back here, and then also so that we can open up our next pit boss over here. So we have that one here. Let's take a look at over here to see the rewards. So they don't change. They do change as more epics, but they won't change until legendaries until this boss. So 2 more days. 2 more over here. All right, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. We have to wait another day, so we'll check back in tomorrow with the other pit bosses, and then we'll do some more league battles, and we'll take it from there. All right, if there are any questions, comments, feedback, or concerns, leave a message on the Twitch, Discord, or YouTube. The streaming schedule is up. Oh boy, where's the camera? It is up here in that white box over there. Please follow on Twitch for the live stream, and then please like and subscribe on YouTube for more videos. Yeah, content should be there if you do end up missing the stream, so check it out from there. And yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. Hope you guys have a good day. This is Happy Splasher, signing off.